On tonight's Words From My Face, we're talking about Z Nation, the new sci-fi show. We're talking about Microsoft buying Mojang, if that's how you pronounce it. And we're talking about the Hunger Games trilogy and how somehow this is like the only movie in history where the movies are better than the books. Stay tuned. My finger's not in the right spot. Now. Was one of the greatest round ones of all time, of all sports, ever.
Do you think so? Beverly Hills Cop, RoboCop crossover needs to happen.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Words to My Face. My name is Brian. With me, as always, producer extraordinaire, Brendan.
You.
And we are the one and only home of the Chewbacca chainsaws. And so this week we've had a tragedy. There's been a death in the family. My cat Turkey has died. So, R.I.P. Turkey. And if you're thinking,
dedicated to Turkey.
This is for Turkey. He's buried out in the backyard right now. But yeah. Yeah, so if you're wondering why he's named Turkey, it's because he was abandoned on Thanksgiving, and that's when I found him, so, kind of fit, so. And that's also why I didn't watch a horrible movie of the week. Yeah, I was kind of already bummed out, and I didn't want a movie to bum me out anymore, because those movies usually take me right to the edge, and I didn't want to fall over that edge this week. That's all Brendan has is
What do you want me to say? Your cat died. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a bummer, but maybe that saves us some time for more fun stuff. Maybe the whole horrible movie of the week show. It's got a good vibe to it, but we need to narrow it down and kind of refine it a little bit. So let us know any of your comments for making our horrible movie of the week better. Hit us up, comments down below. Of course, I Words My Face on Twitter, wordsmyface@gmail.com, and Facebook and Google+. Always great ways to get a hold of us. And so let's just jump straight into it. Let's just, plow right through it. And we're going to talk about movie news first, like we do every week. And we're going to talk about the Hunger Games, because the most recent Hunger Games trailer has come out for Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. And I saw it, and it looks pretty darn cool. And the thing that's funny to me is that book number 3 was by far the worst book of the whole trilogy. Now, I read all 3 books, and it seemed to me that the books got progressively worse and worse. The first book was pretty awesome. Second book, half of it was good. Third book, I just wanted to burn it and throw it away and talk to Suzanne Collins, the author of that book, and say, why did you ruin this character? Or why did you put this character in that position? Because you just ruined your whole book, right? Right?
Now, having not read the books, I'm going to disagree with you.
What?
I think they got better.
You can't just disagree with me. All right, so you like whiny teenage angst and just complaining and moaning and just like the most unheroine heroine ever.
Yes.
This girl was... Katniss turns out to be a sniveling, whiny lady and not the strong character that she could have been. That's what you like?
That's real people, Brian. Real people are not that strong.
Real talk. Real talk about real people. But yeah, so the newest trailer just came out, and it looks really awesome. Now, if you are a fan of the series, you know that in the first movie, she kind of makes it through the Hunger Games. She's the winner. She's the one somehow figures out how to make her main man, Peeta, win with her. And, hey, it kind of wraps itself up in a nice little bow, and you're like, oh, good. Everything happened well. And then in the second movie, they just find out that, hey, yeah, they're throwing you back in. So I guess to have a second movie and to call it
because
Hunger
they
Games,
hate her.
You would have, and well, that's true. That is true. The government does hate her. That is why they're throwing her back in there. And so in the second movie, they kind of do that. And this is where I kind of split with the books. So in the second book, the first book was cool. The whole thing was just, it was good story, good character development, lots of drama, some good action going on. I connected with some of the characters, and I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Second book, the first half of it is really annoying because Katniss, I don't know why they decided to develop her into this character, but where she was in the first one, where she, I volunteer for my little sister. I'm going to be the strong one. I'm going to make it through. She totally flips it, and she's like, why me? Oh, poor me. Oh, this sucks. Oh, I don't want to do this.
Hold on. in the first one, she didn't really want. She volunteered for her sister because she didn't want her sister to go through it. But
Yes.
she didn't want to be involved in the society at all. She didn't want
Well,
to save this. That was already there. She doesn't care about the society. She wanted to save her sister specifically because she's the only one that she knew she could possibly survive for a day, unlike her sister.
it was self-sacrifice for somebody else. It was
for one
that
person.
gave
But she
her
wouldn't have done it
strength.
for most other people.
That was
She wasn't going
that
to do
was-
it for anyone else.
Yeah, but still, she took that inner strength and it made her into a strong character, a likable character. You got behind this character because she said, "Hey, this is a bad situation. I'm gonna do anything I can to make it a little bit better, especially for my family." And that's what she did. And it was not she wasn't complaining about it. She didn't like it. Don't get me wrong, but she wasn't like, "Oh, poor me. Why did I have to be put in this situation?" Meh, meh, meh. Where in the second one, you start to see the little inkling of her being a whiny baby start to slip out. But then they threw her back into the arena, and everything gets cool again. So that's where the second book ends, and that's where the second movie ends, is when they're in the arena. I don't know. Should I spoil it? It's been long enough since the movies came out. Can we spoil it? We can spoil it. And at the end of the book, it turns out that there's an elaborate plan to rescue them from this arena, because behind the scenes, what had happened after her first Hunger Games appearance, and she kind of showed some defiance towards the government and the way they want to run things, there was a little underground movement that started to swell behind her, and people seeing her defiance started to help them defy the government a little bit more. Now in the second movie, they did this awesome. They showed her on this little victory tour, and how the people were starting to say, "Hey, she doesn't think some stuff is right. We don't think stuff is right. We're going to get behind her. She's going to be our symbol for, a better tomorrow." In the book, it's kind of portrayed that way, but again, she's just really, really annoying and whiny. So in the third book we're coming into, she becomes the most whiny character ever. There is no arena to throw her into, but the war is starting. So you have a pretty interesting setting between this district that everybody thought was nuked out of existence and the main capital government. So you have the war starting, and they're kind of putting her up there as, okay, this is our symbol for the revolution. And all she did in that entire book was complain and whine and moan, and just I literally didn't not want to finish the book. I wanted to burn it and throw it away and protest and start a Kickstarter to make sure Suzanne Collins never writes a Hunger Games book again, because it was such a horrendous ending to it.
I can't believe that it was that bad, that it
was that
warranted that it warranted a Kickstarter stop.
It
that
warranted
her
it.
from writing it.
It warranted it.
Over some of the other people you could have gone with.
Nope, just Suzanne Collins. It warranted it. It was just horrible.
Have you read the Twilight series?
No, I have not.
Good. Good.
But that doesn't seem like it'd be cool to me. This seemed like it would be cool to me. So she ruined something that should have been cool. But in the third one, I just saw the trailer, and it really looks like instead of all this whininess, they're showing Katniss kind of step up into that role as the badass leader heroine. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I don't understand why they seem to want to split all of these new books into three movies anymore, because you saw that with The Hobbit. The last Harry Potter was split up into 2 movies. I believe they did the same with Twilight. It's just like, let's milk as much money as we can and split these things up into 2 series.
That's exactly what it is. Like, they're really like, oh no, our money train is coming to an end. Let's extend this as much as we can.
Keep it going just a little bit longer. Like The Hobbit, the newest Hobbit we're about to see, pretty much none of that happened in the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, they made reference to it, but nothing happened.
They skipped it. Really?
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I am actually kind of looking forward to this third movie, because maybe it's going to be the universe's way of righting a wrong. Making something that should have been a cool, nice little bow around it, wrapped it up ending, and actually giving it to us. So I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like with some of the stuff that came out recently, they already included some pretty big spoilers for those that hadn't read the book.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Like, they showed the one guy. They showed the guy. You know which guy I'm talking about. If you've
President?
seen it. No. The guy standing next to the president. Shouldn't be there.
What? Yeah. PETA. Yeah, they did ruin that, because PETA, you think he's dead in the
See, I wasn't going to say it, but I guess they're already
you're right,
ruining it anyway. It's in the trailer.
We're talking about the trailer. They ruined it. Yeah.
But it's like, wouldn't that have been like one of the biggest twists of the movie when you first see him Maybe they're going to show it in the first 5
It would
seconds
have been.
anyway. I don't know, but
Well, when they brought him in the book, that was like one of the one parts she did well, is because they did make it seem very much so like he was dead, and then that he was captured, and then they got him back in the book, and it was a very interesting time. But they haven't ruined everything. Something happens with PETA that I won't get into right here, which is, again, she puts down some cool outlines for what can happen and then ruins it for herself. So let's see what they do in the movies. But yeah, also Jennifer Lawrence, this has really been her. This is what's really catapulted her forward. I want to say that the first Hunger Games movie was really her springboard. Now, she had been in some other movies before that. There was a movie called The Winter's Bone, which was really, really good. It was kind of about these Appalachian meth heads. Enjoyed it. It was cool. So
she was in
after that,
wasn't she in something else like American Hustle? Was that her in American Hustle?
yeah, she was in American Hustle. Everybody said she was like this amazing actress. She was up for Best Supporting Actress. She was good, don't get me wrong, but I think a monkey with a wig could have played that part pretty well. So no offense to Jennifer Lawrence, you are not a monkey in a wig, don't worry. But yeah, but she's done a lot of other cool things since then. So I'm trying to think of the other one she was in. Oh, she got her X-Men projects. I guess that was really her springboard, was the X-Men projects. Because she was really good in Days of Future Past. You saw that one, right? Yeah, we did a thing on that show. Yeah, so she was awesome in Days of Future Past. So I'm looking forward to her having an awesome vehicle to get herself out there. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think this movie is going to be great? Do you think it's going to flop? Did you like the books, especially the second and the third one? And I'm saying that very apprehensively. Because if you like the books, what is wrong with you?
Tell Brian he's wrong. Tell him he's wrong. Tell him he's wrong right now.
Hey, I've never shied away from people hating on me down in the comments. Go ahead, hate all you want. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me Brendan's right. I couldn't even keep a straight face saying that. Tell me Brendan's right. Oh, no one's going to put that in the comments.
Tell Brian his fake laugh is not convincing.
Okay, but yeah, hit us up. Let us know what you think. Comments down below. Of course, at Words For My Face on Twitter, wordsformyface@gmail.com. Of course, Google Plus and Facebook. All good ways of getting a hold of us. And yeah, let us know what you think. So let's roll that over and let's talk about a little bit of TV. Last week I did a fall TV preview, telling you some of the TV shows that I was looking forward to seeing, some of the new ones, some of the returning ones, and I actually got a chance to watch one of them. And yeah, I steered you wrong last week, folks. I steered you wrong. I watched the Sci-Fi Channel's show Z Nation, and this was about. They didn't really give too many details and lots of synopsises, but it was about there's this one guy who's immune to the zombie virus. This is 3 years after the zombie outbreak, and so a group of survivors, which we weren't quite sure what the survivors were, but they are actual human survivors, try to take this guy from the East Coast all the way to the West Coast, where there's this special lab that can, take his blood and figure out what's going on. So I watched the show. Now, it stars a guy who's been in a lot of different TV shows. I think he was in Jericho. He was pretty good in that. And I actually like him as an actor, and he's the main protagonist in this episode. And then you find out that, no, he's not the main protagonist because he dies. Spoiler alert. Maybe I should say spoiler alert before I say who dies.
Probably. That's usually the optimal way of going about it. I don't know, but if you prefer spoiler alerts after the spoilers, let us know.
Let us know. Hit us up. Comments down below. Let us know what you think. But yeah, so it's not a bad show. There's a couple actors that I do recognize from other projects. There was one guy, if you've ever seen the movie Road Trip, the old Tom Green movie, the skinny, dorky guy. He's an army guy in some Siberian outpost, and he couldn't be any worse of an actor in this role. So yeah, that's that. The CGI is absolutely horrendous. Now, this is a cable network, but Sci-Fi, you can do better. You can. They have this one scene of a plane falling out of a sky.
They have a bunch of good shows that do special effects. I mean, it's a Sci-Fi channel. They have a whole bunch of special effects. They know that their target audience is used to good special effects. Okay. Yeah. So and yeah, exactly. But they have this one scene of a plane that kind of falls out of the sky, and it is the worst looking CGI I've ever seen in my life. I just didn't understand it. Why can't you just put a little bit more money into that part?
Another thing I thought was interesting about this, when you kill somebody who turns into a zombie, it's called giving them the eighth sacrament. That's what the group of survivors. Yeah. I thought it was kind of interesting. They're like, let us administer the eighth sacrament. Boom! Shot to the head. So it's like,
that's actually that's kind of unusual that they would go. So they're acknowledging 7 other sacraments, which would be like the Catholic 7 sacraments, I guess, probably in a couple other groups.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just unusual that they would bring that up at all.
I mean, it was just interesting.
Couldn't they just call it last rites? Which would already be one of the...
yeah, but that might have been a little more sacrilegious than just saying, or just going to make up a new term for it.
Okay.
I don't know.
It also sounds like it would take a while to say that. Like,
I mean, they didn't say that before they killed every zombie, but there's a couple times where you see somebody turning or about to die, and they say, we're going to give you the eighth sacrament, mercy. Boom. And, yeah, so...
They should have just shortened that to, we're going to give him mercy.
Yeah, well... might make more sense, or just say here's the 8th and doing it, but this is the post-apocalyptic zombie world. People have time. How they roll.
You know what? They probably don't have much else to going on right now, so if they have time to shoot them, they have time to say it.
And also, they use a lot of bullets unnecessarily, and you'd think that would be a commodity, but like you'll see them walking through like a pile of zombie bodies, and one guy just goes through and just starts capping them all in the head, which, okay, if you didn't have a bunch of spike clubs and weapons that you had just introduced that were really cool to kill zombies with, and then that gets them into trouble because all the other zombies
for that.
I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense throughout the show. Like, they say don't do this, and then they turn around and do this. And so, yeah. And one other thing I got to say, watch out for zombie babies, because apparently those are the worst zombies you can run into, is zombie babies.
I can imagine that'd be at least pretty terrifying.
Yeah, zombie baby's not cool. Not cool. And that was horrible, horrible special effects for the zombie baby, and I still didn't like it. But, I don't know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, that would be horrifying, and you already have that feeling that I guess you numb to after a while if you're killing zombies of, these look mostly like people, but now they look like a baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. That makes it a little difficult.
The way they introduce this zombie baby is literally they find a baby randomly. I mean, very, very randomly they find a baby, and it's like, why is this baby just here? Like, where did this baby come from? Like, why is this baby in a car seat? And then so they're like, oh, let's take care of the baby. Oh, okay. And they say something like, oh, I haven't seen a baby in years, because nobody's had babies in years, I guess. And then the baby somehow turns into a zombie. Now, the baby was not bit by a zombie. It just all of a sudden is not in its car seat.
Was the baby already a zombie?
No, it was a normal baby. Because they were holding it for a while. And it looked like a normal baby.
Are we sure it turned into a zombie, not a half zombie? Maybe its father was a zombie and its mother was a human. And it's like Blade. It has partial zombie abilities and partial human abilities.
I got you. So maybe the mother was bit while she was pregnant. No, because this baby...
Maybe that's going to be the big twist of the series.
But this baby was introduced in a car seat, fully clothed, like with baby clothes. And
yes, because the mother was taking care of it. And the dad is... I don't know, dad, let's say it's dad.
Dad's walking around eating people.
Yes. Until the dad ate the mother, and that's why it's stuck there.
Yeah.
Or maybe the baby ate the mother. I don't know.
Yeah, zombie baby's just not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea at all.
That's going to... I will be turning around my opinion of this if it turns out that the whole hybrid zombie baby thing is real, and that's going to be a big thing that they find out.
That would be pretty cool. Hey, if it turns out that hybrid zombie babies are a thing, I am with you. I'm back on this show. But you should check it out yourselves. Tell me what you think. Hit us up in comments down below. Of course, at Where's My Face on Twitter, Where's My Face at gmail.com, Google+, Facebook. Am I right? Did you like the show? I mean, let us know what's going on. You can catch it on demand, too. That was another thing I'm just going to mention real quick. I watched it on demand, and normally I like watching shows on demand because, yeah, they still show a couple commercials. They'll have, like, the normal commercial breaks because that is input into the shows. But instead of it like being one commercial or two commercials like they usually are, it was a full like 4 or 5 ring of commercials every single time, and that gets really annoying. Especially when I can't change the channel, because usually I change the channel during commercials, and I couldn't do it. So
Don't you already pay for on demand, like per episode?
No, this was the free on demand.
Oh, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there's free on demand on most services too, so you can catch up with some of the old era episodes. That's how I do it. I can't watch all these TV shows all at once, so.
The more you know.
Dun, dun, dun. But yeah, so hit us up. I already gave you all the places to hit us up, so hit us up. And that takes us to another part of the show that actually is going to be a lot bigger this week than it normally is. It's going to fill the void of the Horrible Movie of the Week review. And if you're wondering why is he dragging this out, we all know what it is. I'm just giving producer Brendan some time to make sure the sound effect is ready. And that is the quick hits of the night. And I guess it doesn't help if I always call it out that I'm...
No, you've ruined it.
Out what's going on.
In fact, I'm so upset, I'm leaving.
He's leaving, so it's just me doing the quick hits of the night. And so we'll start off with quick hit number 1. And that is... Oh, he's back. Oh, he turned on the light because, yeah, he was kind of dark there. You were in a dungeon for a while there, huh?
I was scared. I was going to leave.
He was scared of zombie babies.
I was scared, but then I saw an Asian man on my couch who got angry at me and looked at me, and I was like, all right, I'll go back.
Get back there. Get back there now. But, yeah, so let's start off with the first quick hit. And that is, get ready, there's a new DLC coming out for Watch Dogs, which was an awesome game that released last year. If you haven't bought it and checked it out and played it, go for it. It's a lot of fun. But the new DLC is called Bad Blood, in which you are Raymond Kenny. Now, again, you'll have to play the game to figure out who this is. But he was one of my favorite characters in the whole thing. So they're giving you, it's not an expansion, but they're giving you a good amount of missions to complete. So check it out. It's going to be an awesome time. Did you ever play Watch Dogs?
No, it's only been out for, I guess it's been out since, what, May now?
I think, yeah, May, April. Yeah, it was
hasn't
really
come out
good.
on the Wii U yet.
Well, nothing comes out on the Wii U.
It is coming out on the Wii U in like a month.
Okay, well, we'll get our Wii U review.
All right.
Everybody's like, no.
If I decide to get it. I'll let play Hyrule Warriors then. So.
Fine, review Hyrule Warriors.
All right, I can do that.
Coming up. Have you got it yet?
It's not out yet. It's out like
Why
a week.
We run a podcast show on YouTube. We get advanced screenings, don't we?
Yes.
No. Well, why do I call you producer extraordinary? You're supposed to get us these advanced copies.
Nintendo. Here, Nintendo. Send me some advanced copies of stuff. We'll review them. We'll I don't know. We'll have some snacks.
Okay, we will have some snacks. That is right.
Be a good time. Be a good time. Be a good time.
It will be a good time. Let's move it on to the next quick hit. And that is Arrow Season 2 is being pushed on Netflix back to October, which I'm kind of bummed about because I was hoping to kind of power watch those Season 1 and Season 2 to get ready for the Season 3 starting at the end of this month. But that didn't happen, so I'm not going to power watch it anymore.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, but that's one of those shows. I guess I'll have more time to watch Gotham, which looks amazing coming out. I believe that starts in a week from today. You know what? I'm already going to tell you what we're going to do next week. We're doing a Gotham review. It's on at 8 o'clock on Monday, so we'll watch it an hour before the show.
Dun dun dun.
Yes. Well, let's move it on to the next quick hit. And that is the Black Burgers, which are black buns with black cheese, have returned to Burger King's in Japan.
What?
Yep. I don't know what's so special about them, but they are black.
Or is it a different kind of cheese? What cheese is black?
I honestly don't know. Yeah, I think it's got a lot of food coloring in it. So
just make black food coloring, and no, it's got to be something different. Like, okay, black.
Just does not look appetizing.
Maybe they do pumpernickel, but black cheese.
No, check it out. Type in black burgers on Google and watch. Look at these shots. It does not look appetizing. I don't know what's up with you Japanese people liking the black burgers, but yeah,
my mind is blown.
Yeah. So, and this isn't the first time they were there. These are back by popular demand in Japan. So, you know,
all right.
Hey, eat your black burgers. Go for it. Have fun with that. Yeah, because I mean, it just seems like everything would be burned. Like, is that what it is? Because I remember when I was
like
young
food?
and our dad would burn food, he'd always call it Cajun style. I'm like, what the hell? It's not Cajun style. It's burned. No, that's how they make it. So maybe that's what they're calling them. Cajun style burgers. I have no idea. But yeah, let's take that and move it on to the next quick hit. And that is TNT is working on a live-action version of the Teen Titans, which will star Nightwing as the leader of the new group of Titans.
Nightwing, not Robin?
Yeah, Nightwing, not Robin. But
why is he turning into Nightwing all of a sudden?
Well, I don't think they're going to call it Teen Titans, to be honest with you. I think they're just going to call it the Titans. So maybe they're going to age these guys up a little bit.
I don't know. Maybe that's how it always was in the comic books. I don't know, but...
Now, they have announced that Starfire and Raven and a couple of the classic Titans will be in the show. But also, Nightwing is a cool character that I don't think has gotten enough play and just overall media.
But he's one that really, when they give him play, he should be solo. Like, that was his big thing, is he went solo.
Yeah.
He's like, I used to be the sidekick of Batman. Then I decided, I'm going to be cooler than Batman. I'm going to go do my own thing. I'm going to do it all by myself.
Well, it was,
sidekicks.
Read the Batman mythos and everything. It's Dick Grayson didn't ever feel like Bruce Wayne ever really accepted him as a partner and always felt that he was the sidekick. And yeah, that was his way of stepping out. Now, him being a leader of a group I could see, because again, he's not taking it back to the sidekick role. He's still out front, but I do agree, Nightwing, he's kind of a solo guy. Doesn't really like to work with others. So, I don't know. We'll see how they work it in. It might be interesting. TNT to make some really good shows, so I can't imagine it'll be bad.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, let's move it on to the next quick hit. And this is actually, when I saw this, I was really excited. Surge, if you remember the drink from the 90s, is actually making a return. And that was Coca-Cola's answer to Mountain Dew in the mid-90s. Now, they always had Mellow Yellow, but in the mid-90s...
Mellow Yellow was terrible. It's still terrible. I can't believe they keep bringing Mellow Yellow back.
It's really not that bad. I enjoyed Mellow Yellow.
You know what it's terrible compared to?
What?
Volt. Volt is what they should be bringing back. Coke. Give me some Volt. I want some red Volt and some regular Volt.
Yeah, but Surge. You must not remember Surge, because Surge was amazing.
I remember Surge.
It was delicious. And
so was Volt.
The one thing about Surge, though, is it's coming back, but you have to order it on Amazon. That is the only place. It's not going to be in retail stores. It's just going to be orderable on Amazon.
Wow. That's
an
Amazon exclusive food product.
Yeah.
I never thought I would see the day for that one.
Now, I am going to order myself a case and hope that they didn't change the formula. But, yeah, I mean, most drinks, you're driving by a 7-Eleven, you jump out, you grab something, or you're going in a grocery store. You don't really think, I'm thirsty. Let me order something from Amazon. That'll be here in a couple days.
Or just in general, you don't think of ordering food online. Like, there are places doing that now. That's true, but not grocery food.
Yeah, not grocery. Yeah, it's just...
I mean, places are doing that now, and maybe that's why, because, I mean, Amazon has a bunch of other food. I did actually once buy another food product from Amazon online, because I couldn't find it anywhere. That was Vegemite. For all of our Australian friends. Yeah, I got some Vegemite.
Vegemite. It's like one of the notorious horrible foods.
It's delicious. If you know how to eat it.
That's like, what is it, kimchi? The really, really stinky thing?
Oh, the kimchi's awesome too. The pickled cabbage, Korean food. What is wrong with you? You just don't have good taste.
You go eat your Vegemite. Vegemite.
I can go find I have my can still up in the...
that you ordered 10 years ago, that you took one spoonful out of and you're like, this is horrible.
No.
But I forgot how horrible it was.
When I first had Vegemite, when our sister brought it back, I had to stop myself from eating it at one point. I was like, this is mostly salt. This can't be good for me in the amount that I'm eating it. I had to ration myself and say, like, no. You can't have it 3 times a day.
Stop eating Vegemite.
Or 3 times an hour. It's awesome.
I don't even think Australians feel that way, but hey, what can we say? But let's move it on to the next quick hit. And this was an interesting one. I had to bring it up. DC is rebooting all their comics with the New 52. Well, there's a Wonder Woman comic, part of that. It's called Future's End Wonder Woman, and it sees her taking up the mantle of the God of War. And so she'll be changing a little bit. Her powers get stronger, and her appearance changes a little bit in it. I just thought that was interesting. I never thought of her as the god of war.
So she's turning into Kratos.
Yeah, they're pretty much stealing God of War. Yeah,
she's going to have chain blades too, whip blades. What are they?
Pretty awesome if she did, because those are some of the coolest weapons ever created. I wish I had some chain blades. Just saying, don't necessarily want to have to kill thousands of people to get it, but you know, chain blades. Who messes with a guy with chain blades?
I'll tell you who messed with the guy with the chain blades.
Well,
I'll tell you.
There's one guy. Did you want me and you chainsawed me? So, yes. Chewbacca's the only one that can fight the Greek gods. That is well-known fact. I mean, we don't have to bring it up every time.
We do have to bring it up.
Okay, you're right.
You want to know why? Because otherwise he could blades. And this is how he could blades.
That's not a complaint you want to hear in your complaint department, so, yeah. And let's move it on to next Quick Hit. And that is Whack Fu. Is a new show. It's an animated show. It's going to be on Netflix. I believe it's available right now. Is out, and that is to accompany the new MMO that's going to be released with the same name. And I just thought this was an interesting thing where you have an MMO and a TV show that kind of gives you a story set up to it.
Whack Fu, what's it about?
I have no idea. I will watch it tonight and tell you tomorrow.
All right. Is it anything like Shaq Fu?
If it is, you know it's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Let's move it on to the last Quick Hit. And that is No Good D has supplanted the Guardians of the Galaxy for the #1 movie in the box office this weekend, bringing in $24.5 million. Right behind it was Dolphin Tale 2 with 16.6. And what are you doing seeing Dolphin Tale 2, people? That is a straight-to-DVD movie if I've ever heard one.
It's a children's movie, isn't it?
Straight-to-DVD children's movie if I've ever heard.
Morgan Freeman in it.
Straight-to-DVD children's movie with Morgan Freeman in it if I've ever heard.
You get Morgan Freeman in it. It doesn't go straight to DVD anymore.
Not necessarily. It probably still should. But
I heard too recently Morgan Freeman was in an interview with a child there that was a big fan of the movie. And they were like, "Oh, so why did you decide to do this voice?" And he just straight said, "Money, money, money, money."
Money! So, yeah, you can't hate on him for that then. Yeah, and Guardians of the Galaxy did come in #3 with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right behind it with 4. Guardians has racked up in its 7 weeks 306 in domestic box office, which is a pretty big number. That's the biggest of the summer. So, it's money time for movies. But yeah, that was our Quick Hits of the night. Oh, okay. I didn't know how long you wanted to go with it, so I was just going to let you do your thing. Oh, we're still going. All right.
Now you just
let's move it on. Okay. But let's move it on to our last story of the night. And we're going to be talking a little bit of video games, and that's because Microsoft just bought the makers of Minecraft. How do you pronounce that?
Mojang.
Mojang?
That's how I pronounce
Mojang.
it.
Oh, okay, well, that's how we're going to pronounce it from now on the show. Mojang for $2.5 billion. $2.5 billion for one game. One game.
They have more than one game.
Name one other one.
Scrolls.
Never heard of it.
They've been developing for a while. It's been big. They also publish some other game for some other company. I don't know.
Yeah, but really they're buying it for one game.
Yeah, they're mainly getting it for Minecraft, I guess. Well, it also might be replacing their Microsoft Studios, kind of, because you heard all Microsoft Studios got mostly shut down, if not completely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when Bungie started pulling back from that, I think they started going downhill. Because Bungie was the biggest part of Microsoft Studios.
Yeah. I thought they were separate.
I think they were like under the umbrella. They were the developer and they were the publisher of over top, you know. Kind of like how Activision owns like 1,500 studios. But yeah, so apparently this is a big move. This is what I've been reading to really help their mobile platforms.
Really?
So I think this is their way of trying to force 8 and say, hey, well, now we have Minecraft. We had it before, but maybe this will now convince you to jump on
Everything
board.
Microsoft has been... Yeah. This doesn't make sense to me. Everything Microsoft has done for the last, 5 years has been to promote the Windows Phone in some way.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's like, this... Okay, guys, give up. Windows Phone failed.
It failed. Keep moving. When Vista failed, what did you do? You repackaged it and said it was 7. I mean, rebrand it. Stop it. Change what you're...
They didn't only do that. They then went, okay, people still don't want it because the interface is stupid. So let's make all of our other products' interface look exactly like this. Let's take our...
I know you hate this, but we'll bet it's an acquired taste, and it'll start to grow into you, and you'll have no other choice. Yeah. So I didn't understand. Now, the laptops... I've seen a laptop with Windows 8 on it. You do not have to have the stupid tile screen if you don't want to. You can have a normal desktop if you want to.
Kind of. No, you always have the tiles. But you can now, after an update, originally they said you couldn't, but after an update, you can make it start on that desktop rather, but it's
No, you always have to... The way, because like I said, I've played around on laptops with this for the past 6-7 months. I know somebody who has one of those laptops, and I've played around on it. You can go from the tiles. You can go from the tiles to the desktop.
Yeah.
Which isn't hard, and then when you want to log out, you have to go from the desktop to the tiles to shut down your computer. Again, stupid, but you're not stuck with it. But it's just really seeming like they're kind of pushing too hard, and this is going to be a way of getting all the little kids who love Minecraft, and, never mind, I'm not going to say little kids. A lot of adults love that game because it's so creative. You can do anything you want, pretty much. But this is kind of their way of saying, hey, we got something flashy over here. You want to try us out again? And
yeah, but still, to get it for Minecraft, it seems like anyone that cares that much about Minecraft really probably already has it right now.
Yeah. And I don't think it's not a subscription fee thing, is it? It's just you buy the game, right?
I think so. And there's a lot of modded versions and hacked versions of it already, and there's even hacked versions that don't use the official servers that you can get. So I don't know, I think anyone that cares that much already has it. And it's already on most platforms. I guess it's not on the next gen platforms yet. And this is also an interesting thing. Originally, the one place that wasn't going to get it was Windows 8. Because Notch apparently hated Windows 8 and said he had no interest of porting it to the Windows 8, the tile system and going through.
We'll see about
Microsoft's
that, won't we?
It's
looking. And
he's not going to be doing it.
This is really the creator's way. He's been trying to find a way out of the company for a while. It's no secret that after he did Minecraft, he was kind of like, okay, I'm done. I'm out of this. So really, all the creativeness from this group is really leaving with the former leader. Was he CEO, president?
No, he wasn't.
Creator.
He was a big frontman symbol of it, but he didn't do most of the business side of it or anything like that. He hated that.
Which, that's all right. The creative element of Mojang is leaving. So,
and a lot of the rest of their team too. Actually, a significant amount of their lead people already announced today that they're leaving. So it's really...
So in synopsis, they bought something that has...
They bought the name Mojang.
They bought a one-hit wonder to force-feed people their Windows platform, and they paid $2.5 billion for that.
Yeah, which is insane. $2.5 billion for this. And Mojang is not a household name. Minecraft is. Mojang is not.
No.
So they're getting a game that's already oversaturated. It's already saturated its market. And they're buying a brand that has no brand loyalty to it, really, because it's only done one title.
It's not like, and I hate to bring this one back, but it's not like Bungie. You heard of Halo, you heard of Bungie right away. Those two were synonymous, and anytime Bungie was coming out with a game, yes, it was normally a Halo game, you knew that Bungie was going to do something good. That's why Destiny has done so amazing so far, is because you knew Bungie did quality. And now...
Bungie was also a bigger studio, I thought. I didn't think that bigger. Mojang was very big.
It wasn't, so. And and $2.5 billion, I mean, give me half of that, and I'll develop a game that it won't be good, but, I mean, it'll probably do just as well as you're playing as now, Microsoft, because you're going to fail. And if you're just throwing away $2.5 billion, like I said, you can just cut that in half and throw away half of that to me.
Yeah, and if you guys didn't see, like, look, we mentioned Notch. Like, well, Notch hates Microsoft. He has hated Microsoft. He hasn't been like quiet about it, but he did release on his blog his statement about why he doesn't care. He's leaving. He just wanted to get out of this because it put him too much in the public spotlight. He was trying to just make a game that he thought was fun.
Which he did. Which he did. He
didn't think
succeeded.
anyone was going to pick up on it. And now he just wants to, just take the stuff, leave, and just go back to making whatever he cares about without even trying to be.
And now he can go buy his own private island and make real life Minecraft on the island. So
you know what I really hope he does though with that money, because he's talked about doing this before he had this money. Make Psychonauts 2.
Oh, they had something to do with some Psychonauts, huh?
Well,
I thought that was a Tim Schafer game.
It was. Tim Schafer said that he would love to make Psychonauts 2, but we can't do it. Notch came in at one point and says, "Let's make Psychonauts 2 happen." After he found out what the pay for that was going to be, he's like, "Well, maybe we're going to have to wait," because Notch was apparently thinking it would be something like, I don't know, $2 million or a couple $100,000. I don't know what he thought it was going to be, but it turned out to be a bigger budget than it was going to be able to get.
Well,
but
yeah, so
now he's got some money.
Maybe
you
have the budget now.
Happen.
Hey, bring Tim Schafer and the Double Fine Studios over. I'm sure they'd love to do it. So, and Double Fine's no stranger to saying, "Hey, we're gonna let other people fund this for us," so we don't have to go to a big publisher. They did do Kickstarters and stuff, so let's see how that goes. Hey, maybe the future will be bright. Yeah. So, but let us know what you think. Did Microsoft way overpay? And if your answer is anything but yes. I don't know why you would put that. I need to stop telling people what comments to put down below. I'm sorry. Comment whatever you want down below. Tell me how I'm a jerk for telling you what comments to put down there.
I already tell him he's a jerk, but
maybe I need to hear from somebody else. But hit us up. Comments down below. Of course, at Words For My Face on Twitter, wordsformyface@gmail.com, Google Plus and Facebook. Always good ways to get a hold of us. But you know what? That's the show for everybody tonight. So I'm Brian. With me, as always, producer extraordinaire Brendan.
You.
And we're going to headbang our way out of this joint, people.
Are we?
We are if you ever have the song ready.
I actually have the song ready for once.
Half the song ready?
I have it.
Oh, well, then why isn't it playing?
Why aren't you playing?
Because I don't have it on this side. All right. Good night, everybody.